Hey guys, welcome back to Febudaily Iron and Customs. This is going to be Febudaily number 12, and today I'm building a coal crib for my coal. I know this is still a departure from the automotive stuff, but the good news is the next video is going to be on the Mazda. And basically what I've got going on is I've had this like 30-gallon trash can that I've used for quite a while. The bottom's split out of it, and I'm just wanting to make one out of wood. So I'm just got some remnants out here from where I built things, and we tore down. I had a 12 by 12 building that I tore down, and I've kind of scavenged the wood out of it to make other things with. And we're going to clean this corner out and get into it. Like I said, I've moved the trash can out, and you can see where it's spilling coal all over the floor. I want to make something that's easy to keep the wood charcoal in and the coal in. I use the wood charcoal to start the forge. If y'all haven't ever seen the starting procedure on the forge, I do have the forge lit because it's in the mid-30s today, so it's kind of cold out here. So I'm going to get this swept out, and we're going to go find some wood and get started. Alright guys, I've already kind of pre-cut this wood. I have no idea how long these two pieces are. They were the longest two of the 2x6s I had, and I just cut them off to this same length. And like I said, that's all I'm just trying to do is use what I have on hand to do this project. You can most certainly go out and buy new wood if you like, but I am tickled for this project just to make it out of what I have. Now we're going to start out by making the bottom box. I'm going to make the box, and I did pre-drill the holes in this piece of wood so that it wouldn't be so hard to get the screws in, and so that we wouldn't split the wood. Guys, I am not a carpenter. That's Glenn's thing, is the carpenter. Most of the stuff that you see, speaker boxes, anything like that get built, Glenn usually does most of the work on those, because that's his thing. You know, I'm a mechanic by trade, and he has had experience in doing stuff like that. At some point he did work on, I think he helped in building some houses or construction or something. So that is his thing. So we'll get your box built. We're going to come back and cut out this piece of plywood. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of manky on this edge, but it's not going to take the whole piece. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Oh guys, before I forget, I put this on the outside originally, and that would have only made it 21 inches wide. So I went ahead and took it back apart and did it so that the 24-inch section of plywood would fit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sides for it, so it's got support at the bottom so it doesn't kick out with the charcoal in it and the coal in it. And I want to make a small section for wood charcoal. Actually, I may just cut it in half. I may just do it half and half. So that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, I got the legs on and the sides, the main uprights. I gave myself 4 inches of floor clearance underneath the bottom of it so it wasn't sitting right on the floor. And then there's a 2x6, so the coal's going to be 10 inches off the floor. I don't think that's really going to matter that much, but you know, just anytime you save yourself from having to bend so much, you know, they say that helps with your you know, so you don't tire yourself out. You want to make things, if you're going to design things to where it's as easy for you to use as possible, as ergonomic anyway. So I had this 10-inch piece of 3/4. It's 10 inches and probably 6 or 8 foot long. Part of the bottom of it's really too manky to use, so we'll just get rid of that. And this piece right here, evidently when I cut it last, I cut it off at a pretty good angle. So we're going to mark it and take a little bit off of that top edge, and that'll be one side, and we'll do the other side similarly. I have another piece of plywood out there. I think one of the sides is going to end up being like all like 1x4s, so I'm going to carry on. Alright guys, so I just kind of rocked out with this, and I've got it pretty much done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and kind of, if it will, it may have too much water in it to burn today. May have to let it dry for, no, it'll burn. It's just going to take it a bit. There's a lot of water in that. And I made the front out of 1x4s. The rest of it's just leftover 3/4 ply that I had. And like I said, I'm just trying to make the grain in this pop a little bit. And then I'm going to come over it with probably linseed oil. So let me get this burned in, because it's going to take a while. And I'll come back. Alright guys, so that took a little while. I had to do some sanding on some of it to get it to take the burn. I'm just going to put a little linseed oil on it to kind of make it stand out a little better. Give it a little protection on the front. Like I said, I'm not really concerned about what the back looks like. If you buy a cabinet from the store, the back's not going to be pretty, and we're not going to see the back, and it's just, like I said, it's plywood, so we're not going to worry about it. We're going to put a linseed oil coat on this thing. We're going to drop some coal in it, and we're going to rock and roll. So let me put like probably 3 coats on this, and when we come back I'll be over there next to the forge with it. Alright guys, there it is, all done. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. From what I can see on this camera, I'm not sure if it does it any justice. I do have the light turned on over the forge to try to give some light to it. I took and put what was left in the trash can, and I put 3 bags on top of it. It could easily take another 3 bags. So this is great. I can get at least one bag of the lump charcoal in here, which is what I wanted. I could probably get 2, which will also be great. It's right next to the forge. It's up off the ground. I may want to end up putting it on casters or something to be able to sweep under it, but you know, we'll just see how that goes. Something I ran into today, I pulled the pipe out of the forge for the blower, and what I'm going to end up doing, I think I'm going to take the blower and mount it on the side of this, on the side of the little hopper here. and I want to take some sheet metal and make a cone that won't blow off at the end of the blower. I may actually change the blower because that one is a little much. Even on the lowest setting, it's blowing too much air, and I could get away with a smaller blower. I feel like on the lowest setting, it's probably the most air it needs at any point in time. Look at that. It is cold out here today, and I'm sweating my tail off. So, like I said, that's it for today. Won't much to that, but it is another job completed, something I've been wanting to do for a while since the bottom of the trash can busted out. I think it looks much better in that corner right now. I may actually go behind it and put take the tin and go up underneath that shelf. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that shelf yet. I don't like it. I've never liked it. I may try to find a cabinet that's already built and something that looks a little nicer to go over in that corner. I do know after I get done with Valerie's car, and probably before I get started back on my car, I want to pull my toolbox out, and I want to go from here around to here with OSB and paint it white like the other side of the shop, because the other side of the shop is much brighter. This side is like a dungeon. I have kind of kicked the idea around to enclose the ceiling, but I'll have to figure out what to do with all this stuff that is up in the loft, which is probably not a bad thing. Figure out what it is. Some of this stuff has just been up here for years, and it just really needs to go. But that's it. Tomorrow I'm going to do a walk around on the Mazda, because I know there's some of you newer guys that haven't seen the Mazda. I mean, it's in some of the other videos, but we'll do a walk around, one last walk around while it's still in paint, or the paint that it's in now, and I'll talk about why we're changing colors and all that. So but that's it. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.